Very good morning to you. Welcome to this a wonderful stretch class for you this morning. If you've done an awful lot of cycling and you need to get back into do some flexibility, this is a great class for you. We're going to be looking at all the components of the body that are really triggered when we go for a cycle ride. So find yourself a space, you take part in this class at your own risk. Grab yourself a glass of water as well, have a good drink of water before we participate as well. So the key for rehabilitation is make sure you rehydrate thoroughly afterwards, and also make sure you get some really good quality nutrient in as well. Put yourself some light tunes on, you need a mat for this exercise, and then check around one way, check around the other, make sure you're not going to put your hands on anything, check above each other as well. Okay, close the door, let everyone else know you're taking part in a stretch and mobility class, and let's find a space and march on the spot. Now, we want our feet underneath our sitting bones, our pelvis driven forward, our chest up nice and high, our crown of our head up to the ceiling, our hands drop down. Now, first of all, we're going to try and get our ankles moving back to where they need to be. So let's drive the pelvis forward and we're going to rock over the whole of the foot. So we're trying to get the knuckles down to the ground each time. Now, you might need to go slow here, especially if you just come off a really long ride. We're trying to get the foot to move back as it is. Now, when you're riding, you're wearing SPDs or you're wearing cleats or flat-soled shoes, you're going to end up with a position where you're driving through a hard surface all the time. It's all closed chain exercise, and there's no impact. So this is all really good at restoring the flexibility in your foot. Keep turning it over. So as you can see, we're moving these quite far forward and back each time. Trying to really get through and elongate. You might get to a point where you have to push that a little bit further. You might find it stretching on the front of the shin, on the tibialis anterior here. Now that's perfectly normal. Keep working it, but make sure you're working through in posture. So get the tilt on the pelvis here as you're working it through. Now, what we're going to do is just going to work on our right leg. You're going to pronate forward as far as you can and bring it back down again. Pronate and back. You're going to lengthen out through that grid. Now, really important, the feet need to stay sitting bones apart. Turn the heels into plane as well. So for now, Richard, if you turn your heels out, that's it, really good. And Karen as well, turn your heels out. And the other thing as well is you'll notice that the feet stay side by side here. So we're literally picking up and rolling over the toe and back down again. Now this looks really, really straightforward and the most easiest thing you could do. It's quite easy to pick the foot up and move it. So just try and keep rolling up and over. Also, keep it in plane, i.e. your foot is rolling directly forwards. It's quite easy to turn the foot out here. Get it square and driven. Now, from here, we're now going to work through what I've just said. We're going to turn the heel outwards, turning the knee inwards, okay? Hold it, and then slowly bring it back in again. Get the feet back into plane. Turn it, rotate, and come back again. Nice, easy movements. Might find a few cracks and creaks come out in the foot as well. Now, the other thing as well, I would highly recommend you do this. I'm standing on a 10mm yoga mat here. Okay, so if you're finding this is tough and you're doing it on laminate floor, get a cushion underneath it. Make it softer for your foot. This isn't about damaging and bruising the foot. This is about recovery, rehabilitation. From here, turn it laterally so you get to the other side. So the knee's pointing out. And again, we've pronated. See the big arch in my foot. Your foot should be able to go into kind of like a crescent moon position here. Come back, rotate. This is a great little stretch for working through the big toe. Yeah, you're going to get quite a lot of extension here. And if you struggle in your ankle, because you've sprained it several times over time, this is a really good little exercise. Come back into mid-plane. So you're driving forward and back, trying to get the heel back into the floor. That's it. Karen, see if you can keep your heels out for me. Richard, that's perfect. That's great enough. Well done. Really good. Nice. Get right over the top. Good morning, Tracy, watching. From there, watch out and take a walk and then come back again. Let's work again. We're going to change the feet over. This is also kind of a memory foam mat as well. So move your foot over slightly because you'll see the imprint in your foot into the mat. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to pronate forward again. Hold it and then back again. Pronate forward. Okay, and you might find that gets really tight in the back of your calf. That's absolutely normal again. Shoulders back, chest up. Push through the foot and back again. Keep working it. And again, backwards and forwards. Now you might be going, wow, this is the slowest class I've ever been in. That's great. Everything is systemic in our body. I'll say that again. Everything is systemic in our body. So if it's out at the base of your stance and your foot's out and your foot doesn't curl and doesn't move, you can't expect your hips to move properly. You can't really expect your pelvis to move. You can't expect your knees to move properly. You can't expect to stand with posture. So you have to work your feet. You have to work your ankles. If you're doing this in trainers as well, kick the trainers off. Do it in barefoot. Get down into this level. Here we go. We're going to turn the knee medially. So you're going to bring the knee inwards. You're going to feel that nice big stretch through the toe. And when you return the heel, turn it back to square. Rotate. Bring it back in. Rotate. So the knee crosses over the front of the other one. Back in again. And again. Rotate it through. Back. Rotate. And back. Let's go laterally. So we're going to push the knee out to the side. And we're rolling over the outside of the foot slightly. Again, you're going to feel this stretch harder on the outside process of the shin. Tibialis anterior has to stretch and lengthen. Push out. Give it as much plantar flexion here as possible. Almost collapsing into it. And again, if you're finding this is getting too tiring on this leg, just grab yourself a chair or a wall to be able to push onto. That's it. Richard, see if you can pull your feet just a little bit closer together. And Karen, see if you can push your heels out again for me. Well done. Good. Love it. Really good. Nice. And forward plane again. Nice. Roll it out. Go for a walk around. You'll feel a massive difference in your calves. Grab a drink of water. Okay. And from here, coming back. From here, we're just going to work through a heel kick up nice and high behind us. So we're trying to kick our bottom with our heels. We drive our pelvis forward, bring our chest up, shoulders back here. Nice strong movements here. Chest pronounced up nice and high, heel kick up behind. Really nice work. From there, standing on the right leg, pick up your left knee and hold the balance. Now the foot has come up in plane. Yeah, so our feet were sitting bones width apart here and they're coming up. From here, we're going to rotate and then pull it back in again. So rotate the knee out to the side, hold the balance, pull it back in again. Really good. Now we're keeping the knee flexed at 90 degrees. The foot comes back in and the foot is hovering the floor completely parallel if you can. Now, if you feel that you need the foot to plantar flex or dorsiflex out, allow it, yeah? It's not a problem. Find out where it is for you. It's all about progress, not perfection. Now, at this point here, this part of your outside of your hips starts screaming at you. Your glute medius is working very hard to keep you in. So let's keep working it. One more here. And all of these exercises are about strengthening and lengthening your muscle groups. From there, shake it out and walk out, release out the calf, and then come back into it again. So we stand on the left leg this time, and flex and raise the right knee up nice and high. And the sole of the foot's going to be parallel to the floor. Let it come back down again. And raise. Let's do a couple here. And then we're going to work opening the hip and turning the knee out to the side. Ready? Up. Rotate. Bring it back in. And again, it's just trying to create this movement pattern and restore our body back to where it needs to be. Really good work. Should be able to hold the balance here on the standing leg. If you can't, grab a wall, grab a chair, whatever you need to do. See if you can keep the balance. And don't worry if you lose your balance as well. So mine just went a bit off kilter there. Absolutely fine. It's about building the neuromuscular pathways. The pathway between our brain to our muscles to keep them firing. You also find that one leg is easier to do than the other. And rest. Whoa, shake it out. Well done. Give it a good kick out. Okay, so from here, feet underneath our sitting bones. We're just going to forward fold and come back up again. Now, please keep your chin up, chest up, and you shoot your bottom back. Come back up to standing, drive the pelvis forward. Back. Drive. Pelvis shunt back. Stand up to full standing, pelvis driven forward. And again, keep this movement strong. Shooting back through the pelvis. Nice. Standing up as tall as you can. Lovely. Feel nice big lengthening through the back of the legs. Very good. Okay, from there, just check your toe position again for me. So you're out, turn the toes in. And this time now, forward folding down to the floor, gently coming back up, circling the arms up wide and high. Really good. And release. So Richard, bring your feet in just slightly closer together. And both of you turn your toes inwards for me. Forward fold. Slowly pull back up. Circle the arms up wide. Stretch overhead. And release. Drop down. Fold the arms. Drop the chin on the chest. Drop the crown of the head down to the floor. From here, unfold the arms. Slowly pull back up to standing. Drive the pelvis forward again. Stretch up nice and high. Cross the arms overhead. Webbing the fingers out wide this time. Forward fold. Slow control, breathe out. Circle out wide. Stretch overhead. And release. Here we go. Check your toe position again. Now, down into this low hold position. We're going to fold our arms. Putting the elbows down to the ground. Draw on the chest. A lovely big lengthening through the legs, right through the back of the legs here. Now, if you're really tight in the back of your hamstrings, you're going to feel a bit of knee flexion here. Your knees are going to give. Try and straighten them out and hold this position here. Again, draw on the chest, chin down, crown your head down to the floor. And this time we unfold the arms. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in for 4. And slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly pulling yourself back up to standing from pelvis. From here, shunt the pelvis forward, stretch up high. Give a vertical arch, just going to tap the elbow into the side and into the side of the side. Perfect, and now shaking it out. Okay, so coming down into kneeling position on the floor. Now, if you struggle with your knees, especially around your kneecap, grab a cushion and place it underneath. From here, we're going to extend our toes out behind us. So the bridge of our foot is down to the floor. From here, we sit up nice and straight, our shoulders retracted, chest up nice and high. From here, we're going to walk forwards into a press-up position and then allow our knees to sink down to the floor. Get a nice extension through the hip flexors, the front of the thighs here. You'll also feel an extension through your lower back, specifically if you're very tight in it. Pull your hips back into a press-up position. Rotate the pelvis, so you're going to stick your bottom back and then walk back so that your hips then sit on the back of your heels. We drive our chest up nice and tall, the crown of the head back up to the ceiling. Again, we're going to walk down, hands flat to the floor, into our press-up position. Chest is over the hands. Again, we're going to drop and tilt the pelvis down. Give the extension through the hip flexors. Sink as much as you can here, trying to create a reverse banana of our back. So we're going into a bit of posterior tilt here at the hip and the pelvis catch. Slowly come back again. Walking your hands back to your knees, sitting up, driving the shoulders back into position and retracting the shoulder blades now. So you're going to hinge the shoulder blade back towards each other. From here, we walk forward again into our press-up position. Again, drop the pelvis down, give the extension through. This time, bring your chin up, chest up, and see if you can push your jaw up towards the ceiling. Get a nice big extension through the front of the chest, through the front of the neck. Dropping it back, come back through into your press-up position, walking your hands back, allowing your heels to sit back on, allow yourself to sit back on your heels even. This time, bring your hands on top of your thighs, bring your chin back, look right back above your head. Elongate through here, so you're pushing the chin behind you slightly, looking up some more behind. Allow your shoulder blades to retract slightly, hold position. Release, walk forward again. Drop pelvis, kick the heels out, chin up, jaw up, nose up, looking high. And this time, coming back, we're going to place our toes down into the ground, keep our hands where they are, pushing off our knees, and then coming into a pike position here. From here, we're going to step forward with both feet and walk our hands one step back towards our feet. Get a nice big stretch through the body, pushing the heels down towards the ground. If you can get your heels to the ground, brilliant. Chin down, jaw down, nose down, crown the head to the floor. And then going to step another step forward if you can with your feet. If you feel your heels come off the floor, perfect. Got a nice deep elongation through the back of the calves. Now, what we need to do is try and push the heels down just slightly, and a little bit further. Keep your bottom raised up nice and high into this pike position. Now we're going to step back, a half step position. We're going to walk forward, a hand position. Step back to the other step that we've just put in, if you did put another one in, and you're back into your full length press up. Now you can hold here if you wish, or you can join me in a press up, dropping the chest down to the floor, breathing out and pushing back up. Walking the foot in a step, walk the hands back a step. Raise the hips up in pike, walk the feet forward again, pushing down, feeling the lengthening through the back of the legs. Walk back a step with your feet, walk forward a step with your hands. Step back again with the feet again into your press-up position. Hold it here. If you choose, join me into a press-up, dropping the chest down to the floor. Breathing out, pushing up strong through into position. Dropping down onto our knees. From here, sticking your knees out wide, bring your feet together. Drop down into child's pose, webbing the fingers out nice and wide. Nice lengthening through the lower back. And from here, we're going to roll onto our left side. We're going to grab the right foot, drive the pelvis forward, and a nice stretch through the front of the right thigh. Head down to the floor to keep it nice and comfortable. From here, we're going to roll forwards, dropping the right hip into the ground, heel to the bottom, toes pulled up nice and high. Turn your cheek, as in your face cheek, to the side, which feels comfortable for you to rest. I'm holding onto the right foot with my right hand. The left arm is up just overhead. Shoulder nice and relaxed. And release. From here, we're going to swap. You pick up the left foot, pulling the heel in, driving the pelvis into the floor, relaxing the right hand and the right arm overhead, turning your cheek again to whichever side feels comfortable. Now, if you struggle with this position here, you can grab a towel, loop it over your foot to be able to give you a greater bit of purchase. Make sure that heel is coming in directly in line with your sitting bone. From there, slowly releasing the foot back to extension. From here, we're going to set ourselves up onto our bottoms. We're going to grab our feet and place them together. Now from here, I'm going to shuffle your heels in towards you slightly, and you're going to place your hands underneath your feet. And you're going to cup your feet in your hands. Your knees are going to be out to the side. Drop your chin down on your chest. You feel a lovely stretch through the lower back and upper back. And your knees drifting out to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just gently relax your hands on your feet slightly. Change your hand position so the thumbs come into the arch of your foot, so in the little hollow there between the 2 feet. If you're flat-footed, you won't have a hollow, so you might need to press your fingers in between the feet there. And then push your elbows into the side of your thighs to allow the knees to drop further out to the side. Again, take a nice deep breath in. Slowly exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one here, nice deep breath in. Slow deep breath out, breathe out, drop the chin on the chest, push the knees out wider. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. From here, extending the left leg, extend the right leg. Reach forward, hands on your shins. Drop the chin on your chest. Don't worry about if you can reach your toes or your shins. Go to where is safe, relevant, and effective for you. Keeping the chin down on the chest. And release. Slowly sitting yourself back up. Swing your legs to the side. Take yourself back up to standing. From here, feet under sitting bones, drop and hold. From there, slowly pull yourself back up. Circle the arms up wide. Cross over. Shake your fingers and again drop down. Breathe out. Cross over. And release. Very good. Hope you enjoyed this morning's class. From there, interlock your fingers, roll your wrists up and down, and then roll your wrists to the other side. So taking the left elbow up high, knuckles up in the middle, and then come back the other way. There we go. Shake it out. Stretch your fingers overhead. Tilt to the left, tilt to the right, and release. Have a great day wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time for the next one.